Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm Latasha McDowell, your local real estate expert here in Tallahassee, Florida. How are you? So today's topic for our live, which is going to be quick and to the bottom line, is things to avoid when purchasing a home. So I posted a video last night that talks about now is the time to buy, to using the cold to your advantage. This time of year, it's cold, right? And a lot of people like to go out in the cold because they're constantly bundling up. You know, you're dealing with sleet, snow, rain. Here in North Florida, where I am, it's going to be rain and cold here, right? And we have like a bone chilling cold, which I'm sure is nothing compared to the north. Nevertheless, use this to your advantage. This season, you use it to your advantage. Because during the summertime and the springtime, and even in the fall, when it's pleasant weather, a lot of people are out home shopping, right? So you're standing in these lines. What do I do for a living? I'm a realtor. Um, you're standing in these lines to see these homes and during open houses, and that's really not going to be the case when it comes down to the winter season, because who's going to want to stand out in the snow? So everybody's going to be sitting at home by their little fires, um, keeping their little toesies and selves warm, so they won't be out looking for homes, right? They'll be busy on their iPads and on their computers saying they like this style, they like that style, but they won't physically be out. Any suggestions for new agents? You don't know what to do. You don't know. Okay, yes, I will. I'll give you some suggestions. So while everyone is out, at home all bundled up, it's really your opportunity, right? Get out there, see some homes. Don't be surprised if houses aren't as expensive in the winter as they were during the more warmer season, because most people know that there aren't going to have a lot of people come out to come view their homes because it's freaking cold, right? So excuse me, Thailand, can you come close my door for me? I have a office full. Miss Carter? I guess not. Sorry, guys. Today I am fully staffed today. um, yes, after the holidays, I have my assistant here, my executive assistant, and my intern in the office today. So I am fully staffed today. Nevertheless, this is the time you want to go out there because the competition is less, right? So while everybody is resting on their laurels, you go out and it's time for you to conquer. Go look at those homes. Decide on what you want. Putting offers, right? Sellers are going to be, a little more eager. You might can get away with some closing cost assistance, where normally during the summertime you would not have, because they were, on and popping, the most marketable thing there is out there. So use this time to your advantage. To my realtors, use this time to your advantage. Take your buyers out. I know it's COVID. I'm not saying put people in your car. I'm not saying that. But take your buyers out when they get to the houses that you're showing them. Bring them some hot chocolate. Bring them some Starbucks. You want to incentivize them getting out of their PJs and out of their beds, especially since a lot of people work from home nowadays, to actually come out and look at the homes, right? You want to make it a pleasant experience. So you want to use this time to your advantage. If you are selling the homes right now during the winter season, when people come, have hot chocolate, have some coffee, you know, make it an inviting atmosphere. Use it to your advantage, okay? Because now it's cold, right? So you have to convince these little turtles to come out their shells, right? And for my little turtles, get out your shell and go look at these houses, because a lot of people are not. if you've been looking and looking and looking and looking and looking, and every time you're putting in an offer and it keeps getting snatched up before you even get a good opportunity to go look at the house, guess what? Go into these different apps. You can use my app. Set the parameters for what you want. Set the alert for the houses that come on the market. I have my, as a realtor, I have my alerts set. Oftentimes, for some reason, I know why, because we work all night, but most realtors put their houses on the market in the middle of the night. So my alerts going off. I hear the little buzz on my phone, which is why I have this nice Louis Vuitton luggage. I get up and I will text my buyers saying this new house has hit the market. Let's go ahead and go see it at 9 a.m. Let's be the first ones out there, right? So that's tips for the realtors. Also, for buyers, I want you to do the same thing. Set your alerts. Let your realtor know, hey, I want to go and see this house. And let's talk about, we're going to deviate for a little second because I said about buyers letting their realtors know. Buyers, be savvy shoppers, right? Most real estate agents won't really like this or really agree with my next statement, but I'm going to tell you what it is, and it is what it is. A lot of us agents have gotten comfortable. Our buyers are looking for their houses themselves and letting us know, right? Not too many agents are actively looking for homes for their buyers. A lot of agents will put their buyers on these little emails. We call them drip campaigns, where we put the parameters. Oh, they want 3-bedroom, 2-bath. We'll just put in basic information, and you'll start getting these emails of houses. A lot of times, in talking to buyers, they get frustrated with this because they don't feel like their agent's actually listening to them and actively seeking the homes that they want, right? So then they go out, the buyers, they'll go on websites like Realtor.com, Zillow, like my app, Keller Williams, and start looking for houses. So if you find yourself, buyers, in a position where you're actually looking for your home yourself and your agent really isn't sending you the houses, like they're not sending you text messages saying, hey, I found this, or they're not sending you an email that says, hey, look at this, you said you wanted a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but you needed something that had a walk-in shower. If they're not sending you things that's really specific to what you asked them for, because really your realtor should have done an interview. But if you find yourself in this situation, here's a time for you to leverage with your realtor. This is how you leverage with your realtor. If you find yourself doing the work and you find yourself finding the house yourself, it's time to ask for a rebate. Ask the realtor, even from a buyer's perspective, how are you willing to incentivize the fact that I found the house myself? So why are you getting a 3% commission if you didn't do the work? All you did was fill out an offer, right? You can come in. So if the buyer didn't do, if the agent didn't do the work, then why should they reap all the benefits? Did you all know that was possible? Right? See, everybody, including us realtors.
You live, ain't you?
Yes, I am
They
live.
haven't seen me in a while.
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting them to go get lunch. What do you text me?
So,
You read it.
because I'm on my phone, I can't text it.
So, okay.
No mustard. No mustard, no pickle. Oh. My wallet's in there. So, use it to your advantage, right? The same way I teach you guys to shop around.
Do you want her to stay here?
Huh?
You want her to stay here?
She can go with it because she got to figure out what she wants to eat. Sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, even if you're in a situation, I teach you guys to leverage with. That's my executive assistant waving at y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Who just missed a phone call?
I'm on my lunch break.
What time is a reasonable what time is a reasonable rebate? Or do you mean what kind? You can ask for money back. Or if they don't offer, you can let them know, hey, not a bad idea if you go ahead and gift me with that home warranty. Right? Home warranties can be like $600 for top tier. I'm just saying. Now, me as an agent, I actively send my people houses and stuff, right? When I am your agent and I'm your primary, I am actually sending, I work for my money, right? And I am a great gift giver at closing. So typically, I don't have nobody come asking me for nothing. But there are some of us out there whom are real estate agents and not realtors. There's a major difference. So in the inception, when you get into a relationship with a real estate agent, the real estate agent should sit down with you or even have a Zoom or a telephone call and ask you, what are you looking for? Right? If they're refusing, they get an attitude, then fire them. What you mean? Typically, the first what you would do, Melissa, is you would first get pre-approval, then find an agent. If you haven't found a property, make sure you have your pre-approval, and then get an agent. Right? What is the best place to buy investment property? It depends on what your area looks like, really, honestly, for that one. Like for me, here where I'm located, we have two major universities and we have the top community college in the state. So the community college here is as big as the university. So for me, I would try to buy closest to those areas, near those schools. If I didn't purchase near those schools, I'd purchase in any city near the central business district because you have people who are constantly coming in and out to do business. Um, or you even for corporate rentals, which is a lot of things that a lot of people sleep on. Corporate rentals and short-term rentals, and building a relationship with real estate agents who have clients that need short-term rentals, because we have a lot of people who are buying houses and they've sold their house in less than an hour, and they didn't make the sale of their home contingent upon the completion of their new home. So they kind of end up in this little limbo situation where they're either renting, but they don't necessarily need to rent for a year. I'm in Florida. So that kind of happens a lot. So for an investor's perspective, those are things that I would look for. And also, since I'm in Florida, I'm about 45 minutes to an hour from the coast. So for me, I would purchase property that not necessarily on the coast, but closer to the coast, and rent them out as fishing camps. That's what I would do. And doing. I'm in Florida. I think I said that. Please, what is the maximum amount for Naca will approve for financing? It depends on your area for the financing with the Naca program. So you would have to go to their website, but it's pretty generous. Pretty generous. Do I invest in Tennessee? No, I've actually never been to Tennessee. Tallahassee. I'm in Tallahassee, Florida, but I'm licensed throughout the state of Florida.
You looking for insurance?
Or foreclosure? Am I looking for insurance? No, I have health insurance. We're sitting in. Are foreclosed property easier to buy than short sales? It kind of depends. Just for those who don't know, this is my executive assistant, Justin. He's been away at college.
I have.
And he's back for the holidays.
I am.
Running the office.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be back during the Christmas break, the winter break.
For a whole month.
For a whole month. So things will be
better.
Running so much smoothly. So much.
Way better.
Agents, when you have a great assistant.
Oh, my bad.
He around here touching my body part. No, I'm just playing. And he's also my nephew. And we're very much so like in
Alabama.
we're very much so like in personality. So I can pretty much give him the keys to the kingdom and rock on about my business.
Literally, she gave him the keys.
Literally, give him the keys to the kingdom. But now we've given just enough time. Okay, bye. We'll get lunch. So
Come on, Ty.
But is it a good time to buy since the interest rate? So no, buy now because the rates are actually going up, right? About a month ago, I would say it was like at 2%. Now we're at about 3.5. Most people, even though maybe advertised lower, but I've noticed that's what people interest rates have mostly been getting approved at is 3.5. So, but no, now is definitely the time to purchase. Foreclosures easier than short sales. Well, the foreclosure, you pretty much know what the price is, right? With a short sale, if the seller and the seller's agent have not done their due diligence with the bank, it can drag out forever. Let me explain. Typically, a short sale is when someone is selling their home for less than what they owe. Okay? So you put in the offer, and the bank has to approve the offer. That can take a while. Okay? So it would be better if the seller and the seller's agent find out from the bank in advance what's the minimum amount they're going to take, and that reduces a whole lot of time. So, but a foreclosure, you pretty much know what the price is, right? And you can find a lot of foreclosures on auction.com. That's auction.com. Yeah, he better answer the phone. Can I buy a house? My credit score is low. I only make $13 an hour. It's going to depend on what your debt to income ratio is. Yeah, it's a different card. The pin's still the same.
Oh, okay.
I'm very simple. So it's going to depend on what your credit score is. Hey, Pooh. And so breaking news. I'm good. So it's going to depend, right? It's going to depend on what your debt to income ratio is. And at $13 an hour, it's going to depend, you do the math. You figure out how much you make a year, and you're going to do the debt to income ratio. Let's see. I'm good. I'm going to tell you this. No matter how much money you make, you're only going to approve for what you can afford. So I don't want you under the impression that, I make $20,000 a year, but I could afford a $300 on the home. You only going to get approved for what you could afford to pay each month. We're not getting into any such situations where you become house poor, and nor will any lender put you in a situation where you're going to be house poor, because that means that they're taking a risk and they may not make their money, right? Guys, can you do me a favor? Can you tap the screen? When you tap the screen, the likes alert more people that I am live, so which means I don't have to keep repeating the same thing over and over. So, next question. Is there any assistance out there to help with 5K requirements to rent to own? No, because the rent to own is actually an alternative program, right? So that is an assistance program, right? And let me explain to you why. Down payment assistance is for you to purchase your home. When you're doing the rent to own, the company is purchasing the home in their name. So theoretically, it works like this. They purchase the home. It's in their name. They pay cash for it. When you buy it from them, you're still a first-time home buyer, so you will qualify for down payment assistance then. Why are the houses so overpriced? It's demand. Plain and simple. Demand. You have more people out looking for homes than you have homes for sale. That was even before the pandemic. Hello, sir. It's plain and simply demand. But a lot of people are purchasing homes and they're walking into equity because of how quickly these homes are appreciating in value because there are less homes. Hey Milo. So it's plain and simply demand. That's plain and simple. Hey the one. What about 2 year rental payments? What about 2 year rental payments? Can you expound upon what you mean? What about 2 year rental payments? You mean can 2 years of rental payments be added to your credit report to boost your score? Yes. Do you mean 2 years of rental payments meaning you're paying on a debt a rent to own for 2 years and the payments are portion of payment going to your escrow amount? So I need to know which one you're talking about here. How much does student loan debt? 0.5%. So if you're in the question is how much does student loan debt contribute to your debt to income ratio? 0.5%. Before it was 1%, it was changed back in August to 0.5%. So if you're in forbearance, deferment, or not making any payments, the lender is going to use 0.5%. If in the event that you are in an income driven repayment, they will use whatever amount that you're paying each month. So let's see. 2 year rental program. I'm, I'm having a special moment. I still don't understand, but you can call me and ask me, and I can probably answer to you. Where do you see the market next year? I see the market actually pretty much the same. It's not predicted to change because it's not like we have a flood of homes coming to the market. Even with people coming out of the moratorium for foreclosures, really, because the banking system is not going to allow the market to crash again like it did before. What they'll probably do is, more than likely, is put a lot of people's payments down towards the back of the loan, and it'll make more sense for them to refi so they can have lower payments if in the event that their income has changed. Number one. Number two, based upon supplies, the idea of us building, I mean us like people in America, or contractors or builders building enough homes to satisfy the requests for the amount of buyers that we have in the market right now, that's literally going to be impossible. I mean, we barely have rice on the shelves, so how are we going to get lumber, parts, and everything shipped? We can't even build new cars because we can't even get the supplies for chips. So I don't even see, just looking at basically what's going on in the country, I don't foresee any real changes anytime soon. And plus, as long as the interest rate is as low as it is, people who never even thought about purchasing a home are buying homes. People who were just stuck in these big houses that their kids have gone off to college, now they're selling their homes and they're wanting first time home buyers homes. Like the roles have kind of reversed a lot here. Um, I have a couple of clients who really, I'm gonna tell you the really sticking point, that not only in my market but from what I've learned is that the price ranges in between 150 to 300,000. That's the market right there, where a lot of people are fighting to get into, right? Maybe not in places like New York or where there's higher price points, but for most part down here in the dirty South, you know, that's really where the fight is, trying to get homes, especially in my market, right? Because that's usually where first time home buyers fall in. If you're an investor and you're looking for homes that are about like 150 to 175, 200, or you can find them, but it's going to be a fight. It's going to be like gladiators because so many people fall into that bracket, right? And that's because a lot of people only have moderate incomes. But well, the first time, okay, let me scroll back up. Can you help get a place in Iowa? Yes, there's a link in my bio for my app that you can download and you can start home shopping. I own a house debt free and want to buy a new house. Do you recommend selling the house first? Nope, keep your house. It's an investment property. Not unless you absolutely need to. What you could possibly do is you could possibly do a refinance and take some money out of the home if you want to do that towards the purchase of a new home. But girl, keep that. Have to start a new job. How long before I can purchase? If you've had no break in income, then there is no time. There's no time. So long as you don't decrease your income or have a long break, and when I say long break, I mean like 3 months or more, you're good. Has to be included. Wait, what? What has to be included in your debt to income ratio? I think I probably missed the first part, what you said. Has to be included your debt utilization lesson learned. At first time buyer, can you get down payment assistance? Wait, it scrolled up. Unless you file a loss on your taxes, which. It's kind of hard to follow these conversations because multiple people are typing at the same time. So, down payment assistance, the only way your taxes, they're going to look for your income, right? Number one, because there's usually program has some kind of income requirement attached to it. Number one. Number two, the only times that you would do disqualify completely is if you make too much money or if you owe the government money and you're not in a repayment plan. History to purchase, past October, credit to purchase. See, y'all, it's kind of like, it's hard for me to, because like I'll have one comment, because they only give y'all so much space, and then I'll have 15 other people say something, and then the second part of y'all comment will pop up. So it's kind of hard for me to follow sometimes. So if I buy now, will my house be worth less when the demand is high? No, when the demand is high, your house will be worth more. Should I go in for a full market offer price because there's so few houses available on the market? That's going to be between you and your realtor. Well, the first thing I would suggest for you to do, Delaware, is I would suggest for you to get with your realtor, have your realtor do a comparative market analysis, right? To, first of all, make sure that what you're offering is a reasonable offer. Because I don't care how many houses are available or not. Here's the thing that people often forget. The house has to appraise at a certain value. I'm going to say it again. The house has to appraise for a certain value. Point. And what I mean by appraise is the lender is going to sign an appraiser to see if the house is worth the amount of money that you're offering. Example. Let's say the house is for $200,000. Let's say they have 5 offers, right? And the realtor is going to come back and they're going to say, I want your highest and best. Lord, I hate that sentence. But anyway, so you come back, your realtor's like, look, they want to hire. Yes, I do one-on-ones. Link. Yes, I do one-on-ones. The link is in my bio. So the realtor comes back and the realtor says, they want your highest and best. How high can you go? And you say, we can go as high as 210, 215. Right? So let's say we're going to offer 210 and you put an escalation clause in there that say we'll go as high as 215. Your realtor goes, okay, bet. Put the offer in. You had the highest and best. Now you're under contract at 215 because of course it's going to go 215. So now you're under contract at 215. Right? You're doing your due diligence, your inspection, survey, blah, 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 blah. Now it's time for the appraisal. The lender is sending the appraiser out. And the appraiser comes back and the appraiser says, well, we appraised the house and we compared it to the houses in the neighborhood, and this house is worth $205,000. So which means you offered $10,000 more than what the house is worth. Guess who's responsible for that difference? You. Will your lender give you the difference? Nope. They're only going to approve you for the value of the home. That's it. So, the answer to your question is, have your realtor do a comparative market analysis and say, hey, I've compared this home to what's recently sold, what's on the market, and to the houses in the neighborhood, right? So here's what you should offer. Unless you got an extra 10K laying around that you just want to throw at this house because you one thing. But I would have I would definitely have them do a comparative market analysis, because we don't act from desperation. We make logical decisions, right? Hey, I'm in the office and I'm on live. All right. I'm in Tallahassee, Florida. I do it for me, and this is me. Okay, Ladybug, my little butterfly. This is what I do. When I go to a listing with my clients, I have the data sheet and I've already done an analysis. So when I'm talking to you and I'm like, look, how much you want to offer? Now, if you come at me, well, come on down. If you come at me with some crazy number, I'm going to be honest with you. And anybody who's been a client of mine, they know I'm going to look at you like this. And I'm going to bring you back down to earth. But that's how I operate. That's how I operate, and that's how the realtors that I associate with, that's how we operate. We've already done our homework, right? We've already communicated. We've already determined if this house is going to appreciate in value for you, if it's a worthy investment. Because at the end of the day, whether it's a single family home or multiple family home, it's still an investment. Thank you for the pieces and blessings. So that's just, you know, me. Yes, I do. Ladybug is asking, do I help my assistants with buyer's assistance? My whole job is not only to find you a house, more importantly, I have to make sure that you're making a sound decision, because you're trusting me with a lot, right? You're trusting me with a lot. Any realtor, you're trusting them with a lot. We received the education, we received the training, we went to school, right? So we're the subject experts. It's our job to be your guide, right? So it requires for me to treat you how I want to be treated, how I want my family members to be treated. Like for me, I really don't operate behind the dollar, because God has already shown me that He's gonna take care of me. So I'm not money hungry, not in the least. I do understand the value, but I'm not money hungry. So I'm not gonna let my client go in a situation all crazy, because at the end of the day, it's my name too that's attached to it, right? It's my reputation, that's my brand. So I have to operate with the utmost integrity. So I'm not about to let you out there looking crazy. That's what we're not about to do. Because if I look crazy and then you're going to tell somebody that I was your agent, that's what we're not going to do. No, no, no. It's a strong no. No, no, no. So I do help people find assistance. That's why I tell you guys, and I do a lot of posts on down payment assistance programs. That's why I tell you, before you even find a lender, find out what down payment assistance program you qualify for. Because it does not make any sense to me in my little brain for you to go and get a loan with Rocket Mortgage, and Rocket Mortgage doesn't help with down payment assistance. They don't participate in any programs. Why would I do that? Why would I let you do that? So that's why I teach you, and I use this platform to let you know, to Google down payment assistance in your state to find out what you qualify for. Once you find out what you qualify for, click on that lenders tab. You want to see what lender actually participates with that program. Yes, I do work with Naca. I had a Naca closing maybe 2 weeks ago now. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. The NACA program. I'm gonna answer your question, Baker. The NACA program. If you go to my YouTube channel, I have linked my last NACA client. She did a video log of her journey. So if you want to know what it's like, besides just following, on the Facebook page and just reading about it, but if you want to know from a perspective of someone who actually has gone through the NACA program and the time frame it took her and the different avenues, you can go to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. And I've attached her name is Miss Allen, and you can watch her videos. And she does an excellent job in explaining the process. She's an amazing orator. So she breaks it down, baby. She breaks it down. So her video is attached to my YouTube channel, and because she wanted to share, and she knew how much I talk about NACA and how much I want to help people. So she's giving me permission to attach it. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you can actually click on the link and see her whole series. She started the program on February 28th of 2021, and we closed, I want to say, like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. So most definitely. Is it good to buy in Florida? Yes, ma'am. Why would it not be good to come to the Sunshine State? I mean, I'm here. Is that reason enough? Stop it. Okay, Baker, what you said? I have had numerous realtors handling my previous transaction, and it popped. And you're the best I've heard. Thank you, baby. Can you work with buyers from other states? Yes, I can. Thank you for the info. I've been to Orlando, West Palm Beach. I will visit Tallahassee next year. Come on. We're really just South Florida. South Georgia. Come on to Florida. But, yeah. What's my station on YouTube? Y'all, I'm really not creative. It's just my name, Latasha McDowell. I'm really simple dimple. I really am. Is my old crooked? It sure is. Is it? Sorry, I noticed it from behind my... Okay, maybe it's not. It looked crooked from behind my head. I was like, it's my old squirrel. But it's Latasha McDowell. I'm really not that uber complicated. I'm really not. Like... Simple people get simple things. Complicated people get complicated things. I'm rather simple. So, and I also posted a YouTube video, where's the best place to buy in Florida? It all depends on what you want. It does. Like, I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, right? I come from the concrete jungle. But I spent a lot of time in the bayou because my family's from the bayou, right? So we're from what parishes? The lower line parishes, the parts that always get flooded when a storm comes. That's where my family's from. So Florida kind of reminds me a lot of home in that aspect. I live in Tallahassee. Now, when I first moved here, coming from New Orleans, I was like, this is where pain comes to die. No fun, commit suicide here. But after being here for a number of years and having a son, I like it. Here in Tallahassee, it's a good place to retire and raise your kids. Now, if you're looking for some kind of cultural explosion, or you're looking for something to do, this ain't really it. When I want to expose my son to a lot of different cultural things, we often go to the colleges, or we'll often go to another major city, stuff like that. Before the pandemic, we used to go a lot to the symphony and to see operas. Not really much here, and especially in comparison coming from a place like New Orleans that's just so full of culture, so full of life. Um, but no, happy Friday to you too, baby. So yeah, that's just Tallahassee is good for that. The Midwest is very similar. I can believe it because it has a lot of cultural things to do. It does. My friend lived in Philly for a while. She actually moved um, before I got a chance to visit. It's I lost connection. Sorry. I understand Austin's a great place to buy lots of major businesses and moving. Okay. Yeah, Austin's been on and popping for a while. Has a vibrant music scene and everything. Austin's been on and popping for a while. But there's like a great migration going on right now. A lot of people up north are moving down south because they're tired of the cold. We've always had snowbirds here in Florida, people who come from the north down to Florida. That's always been a thing here, right? But because of the prices of homes and the values of homes, a lot of people are moving to the south, right? A lot of people are moving to the dirty, dirty south. Just yesterday, my brother and I, we were talking about, we're from New Orleans, and he was saying that he wanted to buy in New Orleans, and I told him go be great, but I said I'm not buying the West. I know it's going to be flooded in the next 2 3 years. I'm not dealing with all that. I'm not, because he wants to buy investment property. I'm like, I'm not doing that, in my personal opinion, because why would I go invest somewhere I know all it's going to take is one more hurricane and it's pretty much wiped off the map? Make it make sense. I'm good. I wouldn't buy in the city of New Orleans. I'll buy outside the city. I'll buy in Metairie or something like that. But, yeah. Hey, Pooh, sent all my info into Naca. And your appointment isn't until February. Well, but that gives time, right? That's actually a good thing, right? It gives you time to get the things in order that you need to get in order for your next appointment because you've gotten a workbook from Naca, so you know exactly what to anticipate. So let's get to working. Have a good day, Latasha. Oh, you have a good day too. Hoping to speak with you soon. Give me a call. Yeah. Can't wait to talk to you. Your mom's from Alabama and your dad's from Oklahoma. Excuse me. Did all that poop. Oh, you ready? Oh, you ready? Hey, Rose. You ready? Ready. So, here's what I want you to do, babe. We need to schedule a time where, since you're going through the NACA program, where you can call and we can have our little talk show moment, and you can talk to people about what you've experienced so far, right? For those who have been contemplating with NACA, or for those whom have wondered about it, you can tell them your experience and give them some insight of what you've learned so far. So as you go through the process, I invite you to share. Basically, long story short, my son just purchased in St. Augustine. Oh, okay. Thinking a rental might be a good idea. It would be a good idea, yeah. Currently in the program and needing to upload my tax returns. Do you think it's best to wait until... What are we waiting for? Go ahead and upload them. When you file your new taxes, just go ahead and upload them. Now remember the tidbit I gave you. When you upload stuff to NACA, also email it to your counselor. That way they can't say they ain't got it. And that's just true to form with anything. Well, yeah, you just send the new stuff when your new taxes increase. When your new taxes, that's all. Oh, you made more money then. Let me hold something. Let me hold something. You get $5. But yeah. But, and I'm also say this too, regardless if it's a NACA program, these lenders, we want to do everything automated nowadays. Upload your documents and still email them. Still do that. Okay? You trying to get like me? Girl, I ain't got 20 cents to get cheese. Let me stop. Let me stop. It's a jokey joke. Let me stop. Let me stop. But that's my advice. All right, y'all. So, 2 things we've learned today. You can ask for a rebate from your realtor. Number 1. Okay, we'll talk to you soon, Baker. Number 2, we've learned when to ask for a rebate and why. We've also learned about the housing market and how it's not going to change. And we've reiterated how to find down payment assistance programs. So I need more space, which means more expensive house. That's why I feel need to sell. Okay, so here's my answer for that. Or here's my question. Hey, Pooh. I'm thankful for you. So, you're saying you need more space. That's why you want to sell the house that you're in so you can get a new house. I get it. But, let me throw this back at you. What if, instead of selling that house, you refinance that house, take the money out to go towards purchasing a new house, and then use that house as an investment property, take the income from that house and allow it to pay towards your new house, right? Not even just about an expansion, but here's my thing. If you have the opportunity to use that asset to pay for your lifestyle, then do so. Now, yes, you can always take out a home equity line of credit and expand on the house. But then who the hell wants to live through a remodel? That's no joy. For me, I'm always going to steer you in a direction of investing, right? So that will be my thing. If you have the ability, thank you, baby. Hey, Patty. So if you have the ability to leverage the property that you currently own, then why not do so? Right? That's gonna always be the route I'm gonna send you in. Because the property that you have, and you say you own it free and clear, so any coinage that you get from it is going directly in your pocket, right? So you can use that money to go towards the purchase of your new home and help pay for that. That way, like, it's easing that financial burden. Kind of think about it like this. You just paid for the car after 5 long years, and you have that car, and you'll get a new car with a new car note, but now that car is just sitting in the yard, and it's not making you any money. Use what you got to get you what you need. You're supposed to always leverage up. So use that asset to make you more money. And if you want, if you want to be great, if you feel you could afford to just purchase a new home, then you can take the money that you're getting from that property once you rent it out, and you can just buy another property around and keep using that to keep purchasing more rentals. Now, Patty, we're going to go into Albatross because I want to talk about that, but I've been on live now for a minute and I'm tired. I was told I could use a 401k money to purchase. So, yes, you can use, be your own. There you go, Patty, be your own bank. Yes, you can use your 401k. Your 401k can be used as your down payment money or your closing cost money. I'm tired, but we're going to talk about this real quick, though. Come on, Patty, let's go. I want to talk about rental arbitrage. Okay, so a lot of people, the new thing is we're going to rent a house and make it an Airbnb. Great. Here's the thing. Be transparent with the landlord because you can end up in a whole lot of mess, right? Read the leases when you're signing. This is just a new fancy way for subletting. Here where I am, because we have a lot of college students, in the leases and a lot in the HOAs. Also, when you're buying properties to Airbnb, make sure you read the HOA rules and guidelines because the HOA may not allow you to Airbnb, right? So, oh yeah, we are talking about two different things. I just realized that. You're right, Patty. We're talking about two different things. But just make sure you guys are actually paying attention to that. Now, what Patty is talking about is being your own bank, right? You can do that a couple of ways. You can do it with property that you own. I am tired. Property that you own. I was up late last night working. Property that you own, and you can also do it being your own bank when you set up a trust. But that'll be a topic for Patty's and I's podcast. But that's a thing that we don't talk about often. Okay, sis, it's Saturday afternoon. Okay. Honestly, I don't know. I have to look at my schedule. But I'm going to go because yesterday was a holiday, which means I'm a day behind. Real estate doesn't really take a day of rest. And make sure you guys go. All right, poo-poo. I'm going to send you an email today too, Patty. So, should I wait till I pay my car off before jumping in? No, sweetheart. Well, how much longer do you have to pay your car off? Because if it's going to lower your debt to income ratio, then go be great. You're welcome. Y'all have a great day. You have a great day, Pooh. So make sure you go to my YouTube channel. Check out Miss Allen. She talks about the whole Naca process. And make sure that you guys look at my list of things on YouTube that you need to do when purchasing a home. Questions to ask the lender. And you guys have a good day. Toodles.
Bye, y'all.